Ooh, are we winning? I am so supportive.
I think I got to the top of my...
Doesn't sound right. And fun?
So this is only the second time, I suppose you could call it the first actually, that I've done this, because the first time the guy helped us do it.
Called testing, testing, testing. How are we looking? They both are perfectly attached, so I better hop on for the ride, otherwise I'll miss it. Home on Wheels is moving.
Oh, did you lock the caravan?
Did I? No, you did. Got me. Oh, so cruel. So cruel. What happened?
Not enough air in the tyres.
Yeah, the tyres look a bit flat.
Here we go then. It's time to test it.
Yes, here we go. I do spy something behind us.
So we've been out on the test run, towed well. Molly, the Pajero, did a really awesome job of towing it. We went out for about half an hour, some slow roads, some fast roads, some steep hills, and yeah, handled it nicely. We got back pretty excited about things, but then realised, well, one of the rear brake, well, it's only got two wheels, one of the brakes on the Caravan wasn't hot, but it was quite warm, so it's another thing. We got to do some investigation there, but it's enough for today. It's like 9 o'clock, so it's time for dinner, and gonna have a look at that tomorrow, as long as it's not raining, but it's supposed to be raining, so we'll see. It's raining today, so we are doing inside jobs.
So, sewing.
You're sewing.
I'm still in my pajamas.
And I'm doing electrics. I have a whole 12-volt system to rewire, a new deep cycle AGM battery, inverter, solar system, and rewire things like the fridge and the lighting. Then some new lights to install, and it goes on and on. But this is the day for it, with all the rain.
Digital guys that were decked off yesterday's test drive.
I did. We've got one warm wheel on the Caravan.
And we're leaving in 8 days.
It's not hot, but it's warm, so need to do further investigation on that one.
Yeah. Fun. As always at JKoverland.
It never stops.
Yeah. Oh gosh. There's a Dexter's laboratory officially underneath there.
Don't wire all these new sockets in. We got voltage meter, 12 volt socket, some USB sockets, and a switch.
Socket. Crikey. Another man's cave.
Yeah, I created that this morning whilst you were doing something else.
Whilst I was distracted with curtains and stuff, suddenly
Gotta have tools.
Jack moves in. So what's happening now?
I got so annoyed, I just thought I'd destroy the place.
This is what happens, you see, when I really annoy Jack. He just gets hammer, starts bashing, and yeah, that's right.
We need to get to the electrics, and we want to change this top anyway. Oh, taste the dust. What are you doing then?
Well, obviously the floorboards are in, but we've got quite a few, basically we've got gaps all around. So,
Well, that was intentional.
well, yeah, I suppose.
Let it expand.
So I've learned. I didn't realise the wood can expand, but hey ho. Anyway, so we need to put some beading all around, and I'm trying to measure how much we need of that.
Cool.
Yes. So I'm just acting cool.
And I'll continue. Undersealing. So at the moment, I'm about to start preparing the car for some touch-up undersealing. Removed the bumpers, given it a good power wash all under the nooks and crannies, taken some covers off and things, and any bash plates. And yeah, it's about ready now to start scraping away at any loose stuff. And this time I'm going to use lanolin because I've heard good things about lanolin. So I bought myself some. I know the Aussies recommend it, or some of the Aussies recommend it. It's a natural based product, and so there's no nasty chemicals and things, but it's supposed to do a wonderful job at preserving chassis and any steel and things from corrosion that you would get from salt and general use and age, 32 years. Yeah, so it's clean. I'm going to put it on this nice big bit of cardboard that I've got, so I can roll around under there and scrape things off and then do the treatment. So I'm going to be treating the underside with lanolin. So we are trying to do the best job possible, taking back all this loose, flaky, rusty stuff, and using the wire brush to clean that up and all the nooks and crannies after it's already been jet washed. And yeah, this is the lanolin, and I've tried it already on the front and the back, and it's looking really good actually. It really soaks in and sort of creeps, which is nice. Be interesting to see the long-term success of LanoGuard.
What are you doing?
Oh, the most horrible job known to man, undersealing. But I'm using this new lanolin stuff, so don't even have to wear a mask because it's natural. Obviously I wore a mask and goggles, as you can see, for scraping all the old waxy oil and it off. Ooh, shouldn't swear. For scraping all that off.
Happened.
But yeah, it's going on nicely. Seems to creep well, so fingers crossed.
Well,
it will do the trick.
Natural stuff is good. Do you know what? My mum even said that that stuff they put in face creams. So
Well, yeah, some of the
surely got to be good.
Aussie four-wheel drivers swear by this stuff, so I'm hoping they know what they're talking about.
We'll find out.
It's looking good.
Well, bumper needs adjusting, doesn't it?
So it's all coming back together. Done the underseal. Now just putting the bumpers back on, the bash plates, the tow hook, etc. It's been a long day.
I wish I wore gloves.
Yep, you always regret not wearing gloves. Let's get this thing finished. So another big stage of this project is to do a lot of wiring. You can see in there we've taken half the dash apart and wiring in my new gauges. So I've got the water temp gauge and I have the boost gauge, so they're up and working now. Just going to put everything back together, tidy up the wires, and I am also working in here, so I've got to get those wires come through to get a reading from the sensor for the temperature gauge, and the boost gauge goes in on a little T you probably see down here, and that's working well. Ignore the bodged catch can because the bracket snapped already, so yeah, I complained about that and I have a new one, so I've got to fit that. New intercooler looking nice and shiny, doing its job. I'm also fiddling with the glow plug system because it's just not working properly, so for now it's summer, I'm just gonna rewire a manual button because there's so many fiddly items and things not working on the original system. It'll just be easier to do it manually for now, and cheaper and quicker. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll show you the button, which is already wired in. Just got to finish off the relay section. But this is the new push button. It's a momentary push button, and that is just hold for about 4 or 5 seconds, and then start it.
Morning everyone. Oh my gosh, time is ticking and time does not want to be on our side. We have probably about 9 days left until our ferry is taking us across. We have decided to take a route going all across France again, so we're gonna tow Abbey Monza all the way. No idea how that's gonna go, so oh gosh, woo, pressure's on. And unfortunately or fortunately, I don't know, you name it, what is it, but we have so much to do and we're learning as we go along. I think Jack's just had an epiphany moment there. Finally, glow plug situation is sorted. Apparently it has some sort of fancy system that there are 2 glow plug systems, 12 volt and 6 volt, and he just rewired something to 12 volt. No idea what, he probably will tell you later on a bit in detail, but it's working now. See, revving, showing off. And a little job for today. We got this little barrel which is going to store our water, so we bought it second hand, so soon you will see me really.
Oh, thank you. Oops. Like working.
So, tell me about the glow plugs. I was trying to
Well,
explain.
they're finally working.
I was trying to explain 12 volt and 6 volt system, but I have no idea.
Oh,
Tell
no.
me.
That's a story. Well, just these old Pajeros have like some strange 6 volt system where they have 2 relays, and there's obviously the ECU sends power to for 12 volts for momentarily just to warm the engine up, and then it switches over to the 6 volt pulsed system whilst the engine is warming up. But the ECU I think is knackered or something, and it's really hard to find, and it's going to cost us too much at the moment, so just rewired a manual push button, and it worked well. So obviously it's not ideal. It's not as good as the original system working, but it's not working. So
What do you mean? It's such a nice fancy looking button.
yeah,
Fancy.
it does. It performs its job, and it's simple.
It's nice and
so.
shiny. I'm going to show you in a minute.
I've already shown them.
Oh, have you? Showing off, fine.
Yeah,
Cool.
and the water sensor is in. So
Well done, you. Asia's finest foods.
we want it to cleanse all the pipes in the Caravan as well when we plug it in.
Cleanse. Yeah, get that healing power through your pipes.
I'm not going to say anything.
Like giant tweezers. Mommy. Whoop. Just migrated into the Molly. I just tend to migrate or teleport. The plan is inside to make mozzie proof or windows, because I think in Portugal it's going to be quite rather hot, and we don't want to be bothered by all these screaming little creatures. So we've got 2 windows which at the back here, which sort of slide open. So the idea is to, let me show you, these windows here, so they just slide. And Jack managed to forge me some lovely hook tape. Ooh, fancy. And got some mozzie net. That's my working station. Jack's.
So we have a serious case of bush mechanics going on here. The boot on the tie rod end has slightly split, and time is low, funds are low.
Funds are very low.
I've kindly asked Christina if she could have a little go at sewing the boot together with fishing wire.
Fishing wire was my idea.
Yeah, it was your idea. I just said, could you sew it?
Yeah.
But I've tested the joint and it's good. It's still smooth. It's just split from age. So
Smooth, he says.
if we can get that to close up again, and then pump it full of grease, it should last us that little bit longer that we need.
So he said.
So he
How
says.
much longer? Because now we're making extra holes, but I don't know.
Is it going through?
It's going through, yeah, easily. It's an appropriate needle.
Yeah, there's a big gash in it, so if we can close that up enough for it to hold grease, it's gonna keep us going for a while.
How much are they anyway? These things.
Well, probably seized, so you probably need a whole new tie rod, which would be about 50 quid, and then you got to actually fit it.
Yep. Sadly, really.
And we're going in less than a week.
Yeah.
And we got 1,000,001 things to do.
Yeah. It's all costing to